Hello, good evening. I am live tonight with Brenda Faust-Thomas of Natural Sentiments. And we're going to be talking tonight about all things natural and skincare. But first, let me tell you who I am, Dawn Horizons. I am the founder and host of the BBNSE, which is the Black Business Networking Social Events. We host events 4 times a year. February, Black History Month. This is our first event of the year. The next one will be in May. That one is titled Spring into Purpose. And then the one after that, the third one is the All White, and that is in August 23rd. So set your calendars for that. That is the biggest event of the year. And then our holiday event in November. And we highlight, different businesses, Black-owned businesses, so that you can shop with for the holidays. And so this is what we're about: supporting, collaborating, encouraging, and training Black-owned businesses, artists, and entertainers. I kind of hold all of those hats: poet, host, business owner, all of the things. And so we want to invite you to become part of the BBNSE, learn more about who we are and what we do and why you should be a part of us. So you can find out more about us at bbnse.org. You can also get your tickets for our upcoming event this Saturday, February 22nd, 2025 at 4 p.m. We're going to be at the Epic Food Hall in Woodbridge, in the shopping center, and it's going to be a great time. I am super excited about the lineup that we have, about all of the artists that we have. Amazing. I'm telling you, if you don't make this one, you are going to really, really miss it. And then we have some really amazing vendors. And so we're going to talk with one on tonight. And so I just want to invite you to come. It is family friendly. So children are welcome. Your parents are welcome. And we're going to have a good time. We're going to be celebrating Black history, past and present, or then and now. And many of the vendors, many of the artists, they're making history right now today. And so I definitely wanted to highlight them, while we want to honor and be grateful for those that have passed, that have pioneered the way for us and have cleared a path for us to have businesses, to be in business, and even to be in the arts and to be recognized. I also want to honor those that are doing it right now, those that are making waves right now. Let's encourage them to continue, because it's not easy being out in the forefront. It's not easy being an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, a business owner. So let us rally together. That's what Black History Month is all about, right? Remembering our history, honoring our history, those that made history, but also those that are currently making history. So again, I invite you out, and we're just going to jump into the interview right now. I am sitting with Brenda Faust-Thomas. I hope I pronounced that right. Of Natural Sentiments. And her and I met a couple of years ago. We kind of just been like following each other, or we might find each other at an event, and it's like, hey, haven't seen you in a while. And so last year when we met up, she was like, I really need to come and do one of your events. I was like, you're right. And so we finally met up, and she came and she did it, and now she's back again. And I'm always so grateful for those that see it worth their time and see the value in participating with the BBNSE and coming back again. So I've introduced you. You can go ahead and take the floor and just kind of tell people about you and about Natural Sentiments.
Thank you, Dawn, and thank you for having me. It's really great to be here. This was definitely a surprise when I got the invitation, but just really grateful, right? Because I am definitely grateful for your vision and what the BBNSE stands for. And as you said, I've attended a couple of the sessions, and they were just so different, right? I'm like, wow, this is really different from anything I've ever attended or have been a part of. And the first time I came, I was just, I was there as a visitor, right? As a guest. Mm-hmm. And then the second time I was a vendor, and I was like, oh, this is wonderful. And I like the way it's carried out. But anyway, I'm Brenda, and I am the business owner for Natural Sentiments. And, we make our own handcrafted, amazing handcrafted bath and body products. And we've been doing it for some time now, since 2003. And there have been some bumps along the way, but and then you always have that, like, oh gosh, I'm going to let this go. But, there's just something within me that just keeps saying you can't let go. You have to keep, You have to keep going. And so I am grateful for where I am at this point in time, in this career of mine, as far as my business is concerned. I'm very grateful for it. Very.
That's good. I'm
Yeah.
glad. I think that there's you passed kind of the mark since 2003. That was a long time ago, right?
Yes.
What, 22 years it's been about?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh my gosh. So yeah, a lot of business, huh?
It's been off and on, right? But I mean,
Okay.
it's been off and on. I mean, I had my periods where I really wasn't doing anything, and at one point in time I was traveling a lot, so I do work a 9 to 5. So I was traveling a lot for my 9 to 5. So it was then I wasn't really doing a lot, but I always come back to it. It just kind of never goes away. But actually
It's
I had my
something in you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had my kickoff, my grand opening, if you will. It was at my home actually in 2003. So yeah.
Wow. But that's longevity. And, as solopreneurs, it really is hard out in these business streets. and it takes fortitude. It takes consistency. It takes a lot of perseverance, a lot of resilience, like all of the things. It's not easy. And even if you have a supportive, family, it still can be very tough. So again, like that's one of the reasons why I created the BBNSE, because I've been a solopreneur for many years, officially since 2006, but I've been in the health and wellness industry and space and doing things with people since 1999, when I really began to learn about essential oils and aromatherapy and things like that. So it's been a long time. It's been 25 plus years. And I'm so grateful for the journey, but like you, I understand how it's a challenge, and you have to do some things to keep yourself up, to keep doing it. But I love how you said, even when you put it down, you come back to it. That's really saying, like, it's a part of you, but you're building something here now that the people need, and it serves you well because you keep coming back to it. You love it. And when this 9 to 5 is over, when you're ready to retire, you've already built something that can, that can sustain you and that can help to pay you back. So you're doing the right thing. Just keep at it.
Yeah, and I think about that too, that, this will sustain me, hopefully, when that time comes. But you mentioned healthcare, and that's how I started. I actually started out in healthcare, and it was there that I started to really kind of delve into, the healthy side of things, and I had a lot of people telling me, about, especially a girlfriend of mine. She had left corporate America and started her own business, as far as natural products are concerned. And she just went totally to the left in terms of natural products, right?
Okay.
So she kept talking to me about it, and it was a little too extreme for me, in the beginning. But she said, you should be interested. You work in healthcare, and I was working with medical directors, and I mean, where you talk about conditions and, treatment for people. And so I was like, yeah, you're right. I should probably listen and start to do some research. And that's kind of what got me here. Right. And so I kind of, worked for her for a while, and then I branched off, to do my own thing. But healthcare is actually where I started, and that's where the interest came from, basically.
Okay. And I know there's something that you say, you and I have talked about some of your products. And one of the things I think I said to you, you're like, I always say that. I say that in my business. And that was about your skin being your largest organ. Talk to us a little bit about that and how your products specifically play a role in that.
Okay. Well, yes. And I mean, I'm sure everybody knows that our skin is our largest organ, right? The very largest organ, and you can't live without it. And so what you actually put, on your skin or on your body, if you think about it, when you massage it in, it's going into the many layers of tissue beneath the surface of the skin. And so, we don't know 100%, what the chemicals and preservatives are doing. I mean, there have been reports of some things. I mean, some people, contribute their, illnesses to things along those lines, but, I'm not an expert there, but I do know that, it does have some kind of impact, years and years of chemicals. And so, my goal was to create products that don't have chemicals and preservatives, right? Or no harmful chemicals and preservatives. And so that's what we kind of set out to do. Our products are about, they represent intentional self-care, right?
Yes.
It's for people that care about their well-being, that care about doing healthy things for themselves. And so that's what
Yes.
Natural Sentiment stands for,
Mhm.
intentional skincare. It's like a luxury product that you use every day, that caters to your well-being, your emotional health. And it's infused with essential oils. And that's another very important
Mhm.
part of our products. We use the best quality essential oils. And of course, essential oils have their own value. They have their own
Yes.
talents. And that again, as you know, Dawn, can help promote well-being and a relaxing, your mind, relaxing your body, just kind of caters to whatever needs you, provided you're using the right essential oils with those
Yes.
talents. And that's
Because
what we
that's my lane. I've been
yes,
in this with essential oils and aromatherapy since
yeah.
1999. That's how I got started.
Yep. There you go. There you go. And that's all I use now. I don't use any other product except my own.
Okay, that's great. That's great. One of the things that I put in the chat there is to say that our skin is our largest organ, and when we put things on our skin, is the way that it's taken into the body is just the same as if you were eating it. And so
Yeah.
when we look at the ingredients, if we can't pronounce the ingredients, it has too many syllables, too many vowels or whatever, then likely it's not something that you would ingest. You wouldn't eat it. And so therefore you shouldn't put it on your skin either. And
Exactly.
I know in working in natural health care with people that have been diagnosed with cancer, I've had the privilege to work with several people over the years. One of the first things is removing the toxins out of the home as much as
Yeah.
possible. And a
Mhm.
big thing that I find with people that I have worked with were the toxic body products that they were using. Like, we're not even talking about food, and I go over that with them too. But I don't want to say the name, but the B&B, store that a lot of people go to, and
Yes.
everything is so fragrant. It's not good. It's not healthy. The skin sprays and all those things, those body sprays should never go on your body. On your skin, it's just like you're eating it. And if you were eating it, you would poison yourself. And so
That's it.
over time, you end up poisoning yourself by putting it on your skin. So I encourage you guys who are watching, choose natural products. Choose something that is safe, that you can read and understand the ingredients, and that if by chance you can eat the ingredients, and it wouldn't be a harmful, thing.
Mhm.
So whether you have been diagnosed with the C word or not, it's important what you put on your skin,
That's
what you
right.
put on your body. So, do your best. Like, if you have some bad stuff, do your best to finish that and then go natural. Come
Yes. Yes.
Saturday and meet Brenda and see her products and ask her questions. She's very knowledgeable about what she does. She's very passionate about what she does. She loves what she does, and she loves to be able to communicate with others, sharing that passion and helping you to have a more natural, healthy life. Now, the other topic that you talk about a lot, that is definitely my lane, is self-care. So let's get into that. Let's talk about the
Yes.
self-care. What
Yes.
does
Yes.
that look like with your products?
So because we use natural ingredients, and it's good for your body based on what you
Mhm,
just said, right? And
mhm.
that's kind of one of the things I used to do too, was I started looking at ingredients, not just on bath and body products, but even on canned goods that I buy in the store. I started
Yes.
looking at the ingredients, right? And the B&B store. So I go there and I see, so it's always so jam packed. And I said to my daughter at one time, I feel like going up to people and saying, "Here's my card,"
Yeah.
like, "Don't shop with me." But I'm tempted, but I don't do that. But you're absolutely right. It's just jam packed with a lot of stuff that you would not normally use if you knew what they really were.
Yeah.
And I remember when you and I met at one of the functions, that someone that we know was giving. It was an empowerment session, and you and I were talking, and we were having this discussion, and you said, what you put on your body is just like you're eating it. And I was like, yes. And I have used that,
Mhm.
that term so many times, and it's so very true. But self-care is about loving yourself, right? It's about
Yes.
taking care of yourself, doing things that are good for your body, for your health, for your skin, and not just going for anything because it may cost $1,
Right.
or because just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's right for you.
That's
Um,
right.
Yeah, a sense of well-being. Self-care is all about that sense of well-being, taking the
Mhm,
time to do things for yourself that makes sense. Whether it's, taking an hour or two to just go sit down and relax,
mhm,
or taking a day and doing some fun things. I mean, it's all about doing things that cater to your well-being, that
mhm,
promote, you know, um, healthy situations for yourself. And that's what our products, I mean, our products are made without harmful chemicals and preservatives, but they're
mhm,
made with all the right ingredients and they're made with the best essential oils. And so we have cleansing bars, that's our soaps. And we make them in different fragrances. And
mhm.
um, we have our bath salts and our bath scrubs, which come in different fragrances too, and they all have essential oils. So we have cleansers, we have products to exfoliate the skin, we have products to moisturize the skin. Our body butters are second to none. I'd put it against anybody else's body
All
butters.
right now.
They are very good. It's like our best sellers. And then we have, just regular essential oils. But there is one thing I want to mention, and that's my newest product. And I didn't bring a bottle of it up with me,
Okay.
but I developed this product that is called Nature's Balm. And it is
Ooh.
jam packed with a bunch of good plant oils. It is
Okay.
absolutely fantastic. And I shared it on Facebook. I don't have it on my website yet because they won't let me um, advertise it there because it does have TCB. Um,
Oh.
yeah. And so they have a restriction.
Um,
We're changing that around. We're changing our
mhm,
website. We're making it
mhm.
happen. But it's called Nature's
You mean
Balm.
THC,
It's not
tetrahydrochloride. Yeah.
THC and CDB are two different things, right? So
CBD. Mhm.
CBD,
Yeah.
THC is
Yeah.
what gives you that, that
Right. Yeah.
euphoric kind of
Yeah.
feeling.
I'm very versed in that too. And
Yeah,
CBD is very,
CBD. That's what I
very
meant.
healthy. It's very good for you.
Exactly.
It's actually called cannabidiol.
Yes.
And so it is like a lock and a key with our system, with our endocrine system. And our body makes CBD on a very, very minuscule level. So
True.
many of us who are having chronic aches and pains and things of that nature, or forgetting a lot of things, we
Mhm,
can be low in that CBD and have
mhm,
a deficiency, and that
mhm.
can promote some of the malaise and the different ailments that we go through. So
Right.
CBD is not a bad thing. It's the
It's not
THC that
that.
gives you the psychedelic effect, and so
Right.
we're not talking about that. And
Exactly.
so it's even a different plant. They're like cousins.
Right.
Okay. So the marijuana plant is different than the CBD plant. They're in the same family, so they are cousins, but it doesn't give you that psychedelic effect. I was with a company a couple years ago. I don't think that they're in business anymore. So I like CBD. I think it's very good for you. It's very healthy for you. It does complement your health. It can still work alongside even with different medications. It
Yes.
doesn't have any side effects, any high, any mental confusion, like none of those things. And it's
Yes.
great as a skincare product because, again, whatever you put on your skin is like you're eating it. And
That's right.
CBD is safe to take internally. I was a migraine sufferer. And I had partnered with that particular company because I was taking the tincture, like the straight CBD tincture.
Mhm.
And I had a horrible migraine that had started like the night before. So through the night, and when I woke up with it, my head was pounding. I couldn't even see properly. I couldn't stand up. Like it
Wow.
totally took me off balance. It was really bad. And anytime I got one like that, it would take a good almost 2 days to like recover, to like
Mhm.
fully be myself at 100 again. And so this day, my friend said, well, why don't you take it? And I took it, and she called back to check on me. And I was like, well, it's only a little bit better. I still feel it. It's really, I'm really uncomfortable. And she was like, well, take another dose. And I was like, you sure? And she was like, yeah. So I took another dose. I got up from my bed and I went into the bathroom to brush my teeth. And it's like, just as I went into the bathroom, it was completely gone. I
Mhm.
started screaming. I was like, "Oh my God,"
I'm
because
so
it
glad
was
to hear you say
gone. So
all this.
when I
Yes.
took it the first time, it did help, but it wasn't the proper dosage that my body needed,
Right.
especially since I was in pain. When I
Yes.
took that second dosage and it went away immediately,
Mhm.
never has anything done that. I was like, I'm sold. That's it. I got to be a part of this. And so
Right.
I dived in to learn more about CBD, and that's how I became, knowledgeable with it.
Yeah.
So I want to try your product. I definitely would endorse that. And for those of you out there that are, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. Anybody that knows me knows that. And
Yeah.
I love God and I want what God wants. This is something that God made. And this
Yeah.
is something that,
It's from the
like
earth.
I said, doesn't have the THC, is not going to give you a high or any of those things. It is natural, it is healthy, and your
That's right.
body already makes it. It
That's right.
just doesn't make enough that we can really feel the health benefits from it.
Right.
So if you're out there and you have questions about CBD and how it works or how it can affect you and those things, I'd be happy to talk with you about that offline, because I can definitely corroborate, with what you're saying and your product. So I
Yeah.
put in the chat, new product alert. I want to make sure I have the name right. It's called Nature's Balm.
Nature's Balm. Yes.
Okay.
It's my newest product. And I'm getting ready to, one of my goals for 2025 is to have a line with CBD and a line without. So I'm testing out like my body butters with it. So we're going to take
I'll be
off.
a test tube, baby. I'll be a tester.
Esther. Okay. That's great to know. And I'm so glad to hear you, talk about that a little bit more, because sometimes people get the wrong idea, when you start talking about CBD, they think you're talking about marijuana and like, they want to shy away from it. Right.
Yeah.
But, I'm under contract with someone that, that produces that. They grow it.
Awesome.
And it's certified. So they have it tested. And every time I purchase some, I get the certification that it has less than, THC,
It's
less than a certain percent.
0.03 is what
Yeah.
is safe, and
Right.
can be used and can be untraceable for those that may have to take drug tests for their work and things like that. So it is safe. Yeah. Yeah.
That was one of my
Okay.
concerns. And so, so it's certified and we're getting ready to take off with it. So I'm excited. I'm going to have some on Saturday, as a matter of fact. Yes.
I'm excited. So will we be, I'm so excited. I'm talking too fast. Will we be able to sample it?
Yes, I'm going to have some there
Okay.
to sample. I will have some to sample. So it's an oil. It's all plant-based, but it's the oil. So you can use, it's all natural. I'm so glad it's all natural and you can use it wherever.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a lot of new people, watching, hopefully coming on Saturday. What is something that you can say that you do when business is very challenging? Like, what can you say to another business owner, out there, or they're thinking about developing their own products? What advice could you give to that person?
I would say to make sure you know what you're getting into, right? Like do your research, because, starting a business, I mean, it's easy to get some products together and just go sell, but you want to have a strong foundation, especially if it's something that you really are looking to grow and be successful at, right? And successful means different things, but if it's something that you're really interested in, you want to make sure that you've got a strong foundation. So there's nothing wrong with like getting started and just, introducing your products, but then you want to go back and you want to make sure you've got a solid business plan, that you've got supporters, you want to make sure that you have that foundation in place. Yes. And then you have to have that desire that you're not going to give up, that you're going to keep going if you can. I mean, I know there are times and circumstances that may come up, which may change that, but you've got to have that strong attitude and that business mind like, and you've got to connect and collaborate and support other business owners, right? Yeah. And I think that to me is like very, very, very important. I mean, because of BBNSE and the chamber, it just opened up a whole new world, for me in terms of, other business. Otherwise, I wouldn't even know, who the Black business owners are, right? Yeah. And so I think for anyone that wants to start a business, they've got to take those things into consideration and cheer, other businesses on. When people are getting away and they're doing well, and let's say you're not, you want to cheer them on, and vice versa. You want your friends and other business owners to cheer you on as well. And so I always say, be happy, for fun, and hopefully things will work out. But I think you really have to start out with a really good business mind and a foundation. Yeah, strong foundation. Good. Yeah, and know that what's meant for you is going to be for you, right? And I love Ephesians 3:20 and 21,
Mhm.
right? Just know that, what's meant for you will come. Will
Mhm. I'm putting that in the chat.
Yeah.
Ephesians 3 what?
3:20 to 21.
All right. Let's see. Okay, I put that in there. Now you said something earlier on about when you came to the BBNSE, you came first as a visitor and then you came as a vendor, and you were like, wow, this is really different. I want to be a part of it. What was different from the BBNSE organization than maybe other vendor events that you have gone to?
Well, one thing that was very much stood out in my mind is that it was very spiritual, right? It was very much faith-based group of people. And I was so surprised, because I don't know that I was aware of that aspect. And I think it was wonderful. And I think the open mic concept, I was sitting here thinking to myself, wow, I haven't been to one of these in like forever. And it was, and then and the people that were there that were talking about the Lord and their journey, and the artists, oh my gosh, phenomenal. Just, and I was sitting here thinking to myself, wow, this is really, and then you also serve food too. Not that was a big thing, but the difference to me was the spiritual part of being there, and the artists that are there. Everybody was kind of like-minded, right?
Yes.
And and it was just awesome. It was just a sense, the vibe in there was just absolutely fantastic. And then the other thing I like that you do too is you had the vendors come out and introduce themselves and talk about their products. And who does that? Right? Who does that? Who says, vendors come in and talk to the audience or talk to the people that are here and, about you and your products and what you have. And I was like, wow, now this is really, really good. That was excellent because it gives us that exposure, it's like, this is fantastic. So those are some of the things that just kind of stood out in my mind, when I was there. And then I right away, I was like, I want to be a vendor, so I came to the and the same thing happened there, and you encourage people to come and meet with the vendors, right?
Yes.
I mean, in that one spot, which was a nice spot, we're like in a separate
room. Yeah.
Right, but we're right there. I mean, you can hear everything, and you can step out and you can still see what's going on. So it's not like you're closed off. But you still tell, your guests, go visit the vendors. You make that announcement, and I cheer you on for that because I just think that's fantastic. Yeah.
Because really it's all about you. God gave me this idea because I've been an entrepreneur probably since I was born that way. But I mean, I've had my first business since 15 years old. So I've had multiple businesses over the years. Currently, I have about 6 different businesses running together. And so it's just part of who I am. Right. And, as a believer, I realized that there was not a space for Black-owned Christian businesses. And so the Lord really nudged me to do that because first it started as, just Black business and encouraging and supporting other Black business owners. But then the Lord had me to really niche down because as I looked around, there's no safe place like that we can go as believers, that you're not going to partake of anything that might be offensive to you or that you don't want to, and that don't necessarily create that environment. And I'm like, you know what? We come together as Black business owners and we still have to do that more. But what about faith-based business owners? And I didn't see that. And so the Lord had me to create it. And so that's what we're doing. So when you come, you're going to hear about the Lord. You're going to hear about the love of God. You're going to hear people's testimonies. You're going to hear how their life was changed. You're going to hear how God uses them in their business, in their different ministries. And I'm working, like what you said, with some really amazing people. And it's all glory to God. I am so thankful.
I don't know where you find everybody.
Listen, it's the Lord. And let me tell you, it's my co-host, King Khalid. These artists that I have, they all came through him.
Oh, okay.
And I'm so grateful because it's like I feel like I have family, like extensive family. Like none of my family lives here, but I feel like I have extensive family. And I'm older than most of them, but they're still in a sense like my big brothers or like my brothers. And some of us, even though we just met a few months ago, it's like we've always known each other. This connection that we have and that we share, It is bar none. It just blows my mind. I'm so
And you can
grateful. And
tell.
you too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so
You can
grateful.
tell. You can tell. I mean, it's so obvious. And I was thinking, like, is this her family members? Like, does she know these people? Like, where did she find all these people? Like, artists are like phenomenal, really.
Yes.
You
And
know?
so we have two new artists, three.
Uh-huh.
2 or 3 new artists, really amazing. I don't know if you got to see the other interviews, but I encourage people to listen to the interviews. I'm doing these interviews because I want people to know you. I want them to get to know you
Right.
behind the product, because
Yeah.
one thing I've learned over the years is people do business with who they know, like, and trust. And you
That's
can't build the like and trust for them to make the purchase if they don't know you. So I'm
right.
all about putting you guys in the forefront. And that's, again, something that the BBNSE does different, that I don't
Mhm.
just promote the event, I promote each of you guys. And I
We
go
do.
through a lot with
We do.
graphic arts and marketing and everything to
Yeah.
push you guys out there, because you are what make the BBNSE.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be anything, without the
You can
vendors
tell.
and without the artists. And so we're just coming together collectively to do
Yeah.
what it is that we love, to fulfill the purpose that we each have on our lives, and to support each other while we're doing it. So
Yes.
I know you have a tight schedule, so
Yeah.
it's just about that time. Can you give us any closing, words, anything that you want people to know about you, your business, or Saturday? And I'm going to put your social media in the chat. Your IG is Natural Sentiments, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's my handle, you mean? It's
Yeah.
Natural Sentiments, yes.
Okay.
Natural Sentiments, yeah. So I guess what I would share is if you are a person that loves yourself, and you believe
Mm,
in taking care of yourself, and you believe in a sense of well-being about
mm,
yourself, then my products are definitely for you. Our soaps are very creamy. We get a lot of wonderful compliments about our products. My Nature's Balm, I got the most fantastic compliment the other day, or feedback on that, and I
mhm,
was like, yay. So we cater to people that care about the environment, sustainability,
mm,
that care about they care about themselves, basically. And our products, I think, satisfy um,
mm.
all of those things. As I said, we represent intentional self-care, something that you want to do for yourself, not something that
Yes.
that you should do, or maybe in the future at some point in time. No, we cater to the people that want to take care of themselves with a good product for your skin. You know
Mm-hmm.
how important your skin is. So
Mm-hmm.
stop by and see us on Saturday. We'll be there with
So
lots
I
of.
have a question with you, because I'm thinking about, collaboration and, everything what you're saying about the skin. Do you have something that I can use as like a massage oil?
I've been thinking about that, because I
Then you
go
need to create it, even if it's just for me. You
I
gotta
know
create
to a
it.
spot, and I think to myself, gosh, I would love it if they use my massage oil. I think about those things, but I will get to it. I've got
Okay.
things like, on the back burner that I want to bring forward, but I'm going to look at this massage oil and see if I can put
Okay.
something
Well,
together.
let's talk about it. Maybe I can help formulate it. Maybe I can give you some ideas and
Yes.
things like that, because as a, massage therapist, we don't want an oil that's too thick or
Right.
heavy.
Right. Oh, we
And
talked
I
about.
myself, like some therapists use massage lotion. I don't
Right.
like to use massage lotion, because once you put it on and you rub it, it makes you kind of feel cold.
Yeah.
And I know I myself don't like that
Yeah.
feeling. So
Right.
when
Right.
I go to get a massage, I bring my own oil.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, see, we need
And
to
because
talk.
it's got so we'll talk. It's got
Yeah.
essential oils and all kinds of good stuff in it. When I go, I bring my own oil,
Wow.
because that's what I want on my body. And I don't know what's in the stuff that they're using, but like that's how adamant I am about my skincare. And I
Well,
bought some soaps for you. I don't use anything on my body that is not 100% pure and natural. And let me say this just before you go too, and you can speak to it. A lot of things say pure, say natural, say therapeutic, and they're really not.
yeah.
In the US of A, you are allowed to say that something is natural. You are allowed to say that something is pure, and it only has to have, wait for it, 5% of that natural product in it. 5%. So a
Mhm.
lot of things that they're trying to pass off as pure and natural, it really isn't.
Really,
And
really isn't.
so you have to really read ingredients and do your own research. And this is what Brenda is talking about. And she
Right.
has done that with her product. You don't want something that's faking like it's natural,
Right.
because then you're still getting those chemicals in, even
Right.
if it's minuscule. So we want the 100%.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
we need to talk about that massage all Dawn. And I think I said to you at one point in time I wanted to come and get a massage. And I haven't had a chance to do that yet, but I'm going to do that.
come on. Yes, let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, no,
Okay.
I love it.
Thank you so much for being here, for taking time out of your busy day to just be here and to be interviewed. Thank you for being a vendor and being a part. Thank you for seeing the value in what the BBNSE offers. And so I'm going to continue to promote you. Oh, there's a question in the chat. It says, do you happen to have hair products like shampoo, conditioner, and hair oils?
You know,
Not
again,
yet?
not yet. I'll say it
Okay.
like that. Not yet. It's on the back burner though, because people are
Okay.
asking me about that. You know, anytime somebody asks me for something, like when I vendor in Richmond, you know, people ask for different things. I'm like, I don't have that yet. And as time goes on, you know, we develop it, we make it and take it back. So we will look at looking at shampoos and things along those lines. That would be great to branch into that into arena as well, right?
Yeah. So I put in the comments, those products are coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now you're having a little incentive, so you know the BBNSE already has customers for you when you're ready.
There you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate
You are welcome. Well, thank you again. Bless you. And so just closing out, if you need to drop off, you can, but just closing out, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you're coming on now, please like, share the video. If you're watching on the replay, do me a favor and put #replay in the comments. It will help with the algorithm. It will help to get this information out to more people. This is not just about the BBNSE and the event that we have coming up, but it's also to be an encouragement and inspiration to other minority business owners that are thinking about having a business or that are concerned about natural products and just being healthy. So there's many different facets to this. And so the way that we're going to grow is by encouraging one another, is by supporting each other. And so even if you're not able to buy a product right now, share, pray, pray that we will be successful in these different endeavors that we're called to. So there's many ways to support. Do what you can to support, share the video, and come out and meet us on Saturday, this coming Saturday, February 22nd, 4 p.m. at Epic Food Hall. So I don't know if you've been there, but it's a completely different, venue. It's a huge event space.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to have with a nice stage. So we're going to have a great time. I am so excited. So excited.
Always.
Okay. Well, God bless you all. Thank you for watching. And thank you, Brenda, for being my guest.
Thank you so very much, Dawn. I appreciate it. And thanks for having me. And whatever God decides to do, I hope he does or continues to do big in your life and for your BBNSE, your organization, and for all of us business owners. That's my prayer.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.